Good morning, बच्चों. I hope you all are doing really good. So, बच्चों, in last class we were discussing about change management. We have discussed about the models of change management. First, let me take a quick revision of what we have discussed in the models of change management. Let us discuss what we have discussed in the models of change management. What is models of change management? Change management models. So I'm taking a quick revision and then we are going to move ahead. Let us, I'm sharing the PPT with you right now and here it is. Here is a PPT. So with the change management model, I told you that there are three types of change management models. One is Porter's change management model, one is Edgar model, and one is Levin's change management model. So let us take a quick revision. In Porter's change management model, I told you number one point is increase of urgency. You should create a sense of urgency among the people so as to motivate them to move forward towards the objective. Build the team. Bachcho, we have discussed this in detail. I'm just taking a quick revision. Okay. Build the team. Get the right people on the team by selecting a mix of skills, knowledge, and commitment. Get the vision correct. Take into account not just the strategy but also creativity, emotionally connect and objectives. Then communicate openly and frequently. Communicate with people reading the change regarding the change. Get things moving, get support, remove the blocks, and implement feedback in a constructive way. Focus on short term goals. Set small goals and achievable parts in a good way to achieve success without too much pressure. Don't give up. Be persistent while the process of change management is going on, no matter how tough things may seem. Incorporate change, the last step, reinforce and make it a part of the workplace culture. Then the second model of change management we have talked about is Edgar model. I told you Edgar stands for awareness, a for awareness, D for desire, K for knowledge, A for ability, and R for reinforcement. Awareness of the needs and requirement for change, D desire to bring about change and be a participant in it, K for knowledge, knowledge of how to bring about this change, then ability to incorporate the change on a regular basis, reinforcement to keep it implemented and reinforced later on as well. The Levin's change management model. In this, I've taught you there are three steps: unfreeze, change, and then last refreeze. Unfreeze. The first step of the change process is the preparation for change. Here, employers must get prepared for the change and explain to people why change is necessary. As most people are resistant to change, this step helps to break this status quo change. In this step, the change process takes place. Good leadership and effective employees' communications are crucial for this step. Last, refresh. In this step, the change has been accepted. This is the time when the employees start going back to their normal pace and routine. This last step requires leaders to make sure that the changes are adopted and used even after the change management objective has been achieved. Then, how to communicate organizational change during crisis. So let's take a quick revision. Explain to your employees the changes you are implementing. You should explain to your employees what changes you are implementing as well as the different steps. What will be the step for organizational change plan? Tell them the reasons why are you implementing this change. You should tell your employees the reason why are you implementing the change so that they can understand the change. It will build up confidence in them so that they can work efficiently and effectively and happily. They will think that they are a part of this change. They will feel like home. They will feel like family. You should tell them the reason that why are you implementing these specific changes. For example, when you all were child, when you were all were small, your parents tell you to touch the footsteps of the people who are elder than you. Now they told you the reason that if you touch the foot of the people to your dada, your dadi, your grandfather, grandmother, and all, you will get their blessing and you will be able to grow in life in career. So they tell you the reason why are they telling you to touch the foot of the elders. So you feel you get to know the reason behind it, and that is the reason that you started doing it. So you should tell the employees the reason why are you implementing these specific changes. There is no organizational plan change without objective or goal. But so there is no organization in that change plan can be achieved without organizational objective or goal. Clearly explain to your employee the objective you have set and help them identify the impacts their work will have on the team's ability to reach these goals. Encourage your employees to ask any questions they have in mind, and most importantly, make sure you are able to answer all their questions. So, bachos, this was the revision what we have discussed in the last class. Now I am taking a new topic that we are going to discuss in detail. So let us start a new topic. Today we are going to start a new topic that is change management practices. I'm sharing the PPT right now. So here it is. Change management best practices. How there are some rules and best practices every organization should follow. But so there are some rules which every organization should follow when they are implementing some change. These are common rules for all organizations, whether you are manufacturing a mobile phone, or you are manufacturing a laptop, or you are manufacturing a television, or you are manufacturing watches, whatever company you are, there are some rules and best practices that every organization should follow. Number one, define clear goals. Every change management initiative should be clearly defined, even though smart goals are not easy to define for change management. Companies should strive toward setting up as clear goal as possible. But so you should clearly define why are you bringing the change to your employees so that your employees can get to know the importance of bringing this change. If the employee do not know the importance of bringing this change, obviously they will not get motivated in bringing the change. They will not work for the change. When they will get to know that why it is so important. For example, when our college told us to teach online, they set clear goal that sir, in future you have to teach online from your home only because lockdown can be there in India, and because they train us, they motivated us that it is important because if we do not work from home, how the students will get affected. So we get to know the importance. This they told us that why it is important to teach online, to learn teaching online. So you should set clear goals so that your employees can get motivated and work towards the objective. Be honest and transparent. But so over 30% of employees says that their employer is not always honest and truthful. For example, our family members tell us that board is very important. Please, you have to study till 12th boards, and then life will be simple. Then after that, when we went in college, our parents told us that college is very important and then your life will be sorted. Then after college, uh, we went for job and the life keeps on moving like this. We do not get the time, we do not know that there is the right time to enjoy the life. So, बच्चों 30% of, and why they tell keeps on telling us this, that please study till 11, 12 and life will be sorted, so as to motivate us for our good only. So 30% of employees says that their employer is not always honest and truthful. 30% of employees. 30% of employees says that their employer is not always honest and truthful. In order to implement transition successfully, the employer should be honest and transparent. As most employees don't feel comfortable with changes, being transparent at very first step of the change management process helps build trust and connections with employees. In order to implement transitions successfully, employers should be honest and transparent. As most employees don't feel comfortable with changes, being transparent at every step of the change management process will help build trust and connection with employees. But so, an employer should always be honest and transparent with the employees, because it will build a trust in them that our employee is honest. For example, I am working in a company and my employee told me and my employer told me that we are about to bring this change. Please cooperate us and learn about this change. The employer told me that if we our company is able to bring this change, then your salary will get double. Suppose I give my 100% and bring that change, but they do not increase my salary, so I will get the feeling that my employer is not honest. My trust on my employer will be lost. So to build a trust with the employees, a connection with the employees, the employer should be honest and transparent. Only then the employees will listen to the employer and they will work honestly, efficiently, and properly. So you should be honest and transparent, whatever the thing is, with your employees. Train and reassure your teams. Support your employees with reassurance. Offer new training session and give employees time they need to adapt to new practices. Empathy and reassurance help fasten the process and eases future organizational changes. Yet, many line managers don't even understand why the change is happening. But so, whatever change you are bringing, whatever change, suppose I am working in a company in an accounts department. From the last 10 years, I am doing the accounting on this type of copy through the help of the pen. I am doing the accounting on this type of copy through the help of the pen. Now, one day, my employer told me that, sir, now we are removing the system of doing accounting on copy. You have to do accounting on computer so that our boss can check the accounting from anywhere in the world. Right now, I am doing accounting in a copy. My boss can only check the accounting when he will enter the office. But if you will do the accounting on a laptop, your boss and other higher authorities can check the accounting from anywhere in the world. So my employer reassured me that you do not have to worry. We will properly train you, and when there is a confidence in you, then only we will put you on the job of doing the accounting on laptop. Till the time you can do the accounting the way you are doing. So my employer reassured the team. You should reassure the team. You should provide them training. You should help them if they are facing any problem. Only then they can implement the change efficiently and properly. Encourage conversations and communicate regularly. Employee relation, employee relation have a big impact on encouraging conversation during, before and after the changes are implemented. But to being an employer, being a management, you should regularly communicate with the employee that whether you are facing any problem in implementing the change, is there any feedback, how can we improve it, is there any negative point in this, tell us so that we can work on this. So, Bacho, this will help your employers, this will help your employee to work efficiently. They can work effectively, properly, and they can be confident that whatever we will do, we will get a support from the management. So you should start a conversation with among your employees in order to find out how they feel about the new initiatives. Understand that truly communication is a two-way conversation. Like Bacho, you all first of all when you were in BBA first or MBA first, there was no LMS or Moodle exams used to teachers used to come in the physically in the class and teach you. Exams were also physical. But then after some time, because of Corona, we told you that we will conduct the exam on LMS and VBox. You have given the exam on VBox also, and we will give you the classes online. So you all must be afraid that how can we cope up with that? So what we did, we give you the training for some time. After that also, we keep on a conversation with the students that is anyone is facing any problem. Like many students face the problem, they put on the WhatsApp group. We made the group that my ID is not showing. I am getting this problem and all, and we try to support the students for internship and placement. Also, we keep on posting the job internship and placement in the group, and the students keep calling and asking, sir, I am a digital marketing student, will it help me or not? So you should keep on encouraging and conversation with the student, with the employees, so that they can move ahead. Listen to your employees. When driving engagement and communication, you should not be the only one talking. Listen to what your employees have to say. Allow them to lead the conversation where employees can ask questions, commit, and suggest their idea for improvement. So whenever you are communicating with the employee, whenever you are telling them that this type of change we are bringing and the way of implementing this change will be this. So you should always listen to your employees first. You should allow them to speak so that they can ask the question, they can suggest you. For example, when we think of taking the exam on VBox, we allow the student to ask many questions. Students ask us that, sir, whether we can give exam on through mobile also through laptop. We said good question. So that this doubt, if this doubt is between is among the all of the students, this doubt will be cleared. So we suggested that you can give the exam on VBox as well as on mobile. Some student asked for whether we have to write the answers, take the photo and upload, or we can just type on VBox. We said that you can type also on VBox, or you can write on paper and upload. So there were two-way conversations which help the student in giving the exam on VBox very easily. So you should always try to listen to your employees. Bring your leaders on board. The evidence is clear. Excellent change management increases business outcome of change initiative. So why it is difficult to communicate these benefits to business leaders? Companies should work on providing the real ROI, rate of investment of change management, and communicate that to business leaders to bring them on board and support the change. So, Bacho, your leaders should come forward and support you. They should communicate whatever the results are. You should get the support from your leaders. So, because suppose your leader, your owner, your manager, if they are supporting you, you will build a confidence in yourself. There will be a confidence that I am getting a support from my leader, and then you will be able to work properly and efficiently. Choose the right communication tool. Millennials in the workspace, expert and easier way to communicate than through emails. In fact, many emails have never read, which cause important information to get lost. Choose the right employee communication and engagement solution that your employee will actually want to use. But to communicate with you, all of your students, we have made a WhatsApp group. In that WhatsApp group, I keep on posting the internship details so that everyone can see it. Also, I post the detail of my classes so that the students who want to attend my classes can join the class. Got my point? Suppose if the way of communication is through email, then we all know that many emails remain unread by the students, and email is not so effective. It takes some time. But WhatsApp is very fast, user friendly, and effective. So we have to choose the right way of communicating with the employees so that the communication can be effective and fast so that their solution can be done very easily and fast. Empower your employees. Empower your change management leaders as well as employees to engage in the change process by giving them freedom to make their own decision and implement new ideas. If your employees don't feel empowered, the engagement level will drop and result in resistance to change. For example, in Gyangar University, they told us that the teachers have to take online classes. Now, suppose some teachers are comfortable in taking online classes on Zoom, some are comfortable on taking online classes on Google Meet. So, but you should empower the employees. The management has empowered us. They told us, sir, that you can take classes on Zoom also, as well as Google Meet also, in whatever way you are comfortable. The motive is to give knowledge to students. Now, if you feel that Zoom is more comfortable, take the classes on Zoom. Like Sakshi ma'am is taking the classes on Zoom right now. If you think Google Meet is more beneficial, you should take classes on Google Meet. For me, Google Meet, I thought Google Meet is more beneficial because in Zoom there is a limit of 40 minutes. In 40 minutes, the call gets automatically disconnected. But on Google Meet, I can take the classes for more than 50 minutes. That's why I chose Google Meet. So you should empower your employees that they should take some decisions, not all the decisions, but you should empower the employer that they can take some decisions on their own so that they will feel empowered. They will feel confident that we have the power to take this decision. And if you do not give this right to your employee, their confidence level will go down and they will get fear of doing the change. Encourage knowledge sharing. Your employees will learn and adapt to change faster than the others. Your employee will learn and adapt to change faster than the others. However, knowledge sharing among employees can fasten this learning process significantly. Employee collaborate tools such as Sharp enable organizational knowledge sharing it in a right way that is easier for employees. Encourage knowledge sharing. But so whatever change you are trying to bring now, you should give the knowledge of that change to your employee. Suppose the Gambia University is saying that now we are going to start uh, after we are going to start the CA course also, Chartered Accountant course also. Now the Gambia University give us first of all give the knowledge to us faculties, employees about the CA course. after we have gained the knowledge from them about the CA course, we counsel the students. We tell them what is the benefits of doing chartered accountancy, what are the job opportunities. Then they give us the knowledge of all the subjects. They give me the knowledge of two subjects, give Aditi the knowledge of two subjects, give Sakshi the knowledge of two subjects. So they have given the knowledge of two subjects to each faculty which we are going to teach. So, बच्चों, first of all, before introducing the CA course, they have given us the knowledge of CA course as well as the knowledge of the topics that we have to discuss with the students. And because of that, we will able to learn and adapt to change faster. Document and make information easily accessible. Documenting everything does not help if the information is not easily accessible to employees. Suppose, बच्चों, I am teaching you leadership skills and change management. You all can see the PPTs right now. Through PPTs, I am teaching you. But बच्चों, do you remember what I have taught you in last one class number one? Do you remember what I have taught you in class number two? Do you remember what I have taught you in class number three? No, sir. But not only for you, it is for me even to difficult to remember what I have taught you in class number one. So, bachcho, what we faculties do, we upload all the PPTs on LMS. Bachcho, today I am also going to upload the PPTs on LMS. You can download the PPTs through the LMS. So what we faculties do, we upload the PPTs on LMS and the students can download from there the PPT so that they can revise the topic which is taught them in the class. But so through revising the topic, the students get clarity on the topic. They do not forget the topic. And if they get any problem related to topic, they can ask the student in next teacher in next class. So everything is documented and everything is easily accessible to employees. So you should document everything like we are making the PPT of everything. And this PPT should be easily accessible to the children, to the students also, so that they can check, they can study. So document everything does not help if this information is not accessible to employees. I am teaching you today a leadership skill and change management, but it will not going to help you if you do not get the PPTs because you will forget. Anyone can forget. Having a central place where all important documents and information are kept, making changes management much more efficient. So, बच्चों, our place where all the documents are kept is LMS. We keep all the PPTs on LMS. So if you want to download PPT of a particular subject, you will go on LMS on leadership skill and change management. And from there you can download the PPT of leadership skill and change management only. If you want to download the PPT of financial accounting, you will go on LMS on financial accounting. And from there you can download the PPT of financial accounting only. So it is saying that there should be a central place where all the documented information are kept. Did you know that employees on average spend 2.5 hours every day searching for information? In the process of change management, this can be very frustrating and discouraging to employees. But if we uploaded the PPTs on LMS, but we do not tell you the source where we have uploaded, it will become very frustrating and discouraging for you. You have to search for each and every PPT and then download. But right now we have bifurcated each subject. And in each subject you will get the PPT of that particular subject only. So it has become very simple for you. Recognize and reward. 77% of employees says that they would work harder if they were recognized for their work. Therefore, this approach can be a great motivation to comply with and implement the changes faster. Now, bachcho, suppose we all faculties are teaching. Now, suppose some faculty are teaching very amazing and but some faculties are teaching good. Now, the students are getting impressed by some faculty the way of their teaching, so that faculty should be recognized. The organization should recognize that faculty so that it will increase a sense of motivation in them. They will work more harder. For example, uh, for your students, to your students, our university has given some project. Now, every student cannot do the project at equivalent level. Maybe Manisha has done the project extraordinarily good. If we do not recognize the Manisha, if we do not appreciate Manisha, Manisha next time will not work as harder as she has done. Because Manisha will think the whatever work I will do, I will be at the same category of Nitesh, Chandrasekhar, and other students. But if I am putting my 100%, I am working more harder than them, I should be appreciated. I should be recognized. So, Bacho, you should recognize and reward your employees. The employees which are working really hard, which are working more efficiently in every organization, there are some employees which work really hard, some employees which work average, and some employees which work below the average. So, the employees which are working really hard and putting all their effort should be recognized. You should give them some award, some reward, some bonus so that it will increase the motivation in them. They will work more harder so that they will get the more recognition. Recognize and reward employees for accomplishments and for adopting new behavior during the transformation process. Celebrate the wins and milestones. Make it social. If you are implementing a new technology solution you are proud of, make it publicly. Modern employee communication tools allow you and your employees to easily share information both within and outside your organization. Having employee advocates can also be a huge help for your recruitment and talent acquisition. So, Bacho, whatever new technology you are bringing, you should tell the technology to the whole world so that the people from the whole world can get to know about this new technology. They will appreciate your work and this will increase your confidence in you and you will work more efficiently. Suppose my company has made a mobile phone which is transparent. My company has made a mobile phone which is transparent. I can see through the mobile phone anywhere. It is a transparent mobile phone. So this type of technology should be shared with the world so that your company brand awareness can be increased. People will get to know that Apple have bought a new mobile phone that is transparent. So your publicity will be there. The more the publicity, the more will be your company's name in the market. The more people will appreciate you buy your product and more will be the profitability. So, Bacho, these were the management best practices. Number one, define clear goals. Number two, be honest and transparent. Number three, train and reassure your team, support your employees. Number four, encourage conversations and communicate regularly. Number five, listen to your employees. Number six, bring your leaders on board. Number seven, choose the right communication tool. Number eight, empower your employees. Number nine, encourage knowledge sharing. Number 10, document and make information easily accessible. Number 11, recognize and reward. And last, number 12, make it social. Chalo. Now let us move ahead. How to improve change management? Very amazing topic, interesting topic. How can you improve change management? How to improve your change management process? How can you improve your change management process? Let us see how can I improve my change management process. Number one, determine the reason for the change. You should determine why are you bringing the change. Set specific goal for the change. Establish key indicator. Okay, change. proposal. I think if we have discussed this, give me a minute, okay? So you should determine the reason for the change. Did you make a convincing argument for the change? You should determine the reason and tell your employees that why are you bringing the change? Why it is important to bring the change? If you do not bring this change, your company will be lag behind. For example, when the Gyanware University was started, I am taking the again and again example of Gyanware University so that you can connect. So Gyanware University started with just the agriculture department and engineering department. But when university comes to know that demand of MBAs are increasing in market, university started the course of BBA and MBA. So and today the university is having many students which are studying BBA and MBA with them. So they determine the reason for change and they started and they are successful today. Students are getting very good packages also. Set a specific goal for the change. Did you achieve those goals? You should set a specific goal for the change. For example, when the Gyanware University started the BBA course, their goal was that in first year there should be minimum 20 students. Now they will check that whether their goal have been achieved or not. If only 18 students have been taken the admission, now they will work on it that we are not efficiently uh, our admission process is not so efficient. That's why number of students are only 18. So they will work on that and they will improve that. Establish key performer indicators and milestone to monitor progress. Did you hit milestone and achieve your desired key performance indicator according to the timeline you established? So, whatever timeline you establish, for example, my company manufacturing cars. Now I want to bring a new feature in my car that is cruise control. What is a cruise control feature, Bacho? Bacho, you all know that our car will give very good average only if our car runs at a constant speed. If the speed of car keep on increasing and decreasing, the average of car will be low. So, बच्चों cruise control help you if you are driving your car on a highway and you are driving your car at a speed of 60 kilometer per hour and you press the button cruise control, your car will keep on running at a speed of 60 kilometer per hour until and unless you do not press the brake or accelerator. When you push the brake or accelerator, only then that cruise control feature will be uh, avoided. So, बच्चों, now this type of feature I want to bring in my car. So I told my employees that we have to bring this feature because every other car company is bringing this feature, and we have to bring this feature in our car in the next year. So you should check that whether the timeline for you have established to bring the change in the time that they change that cruise control feature has been implemented or not. Refer to change management models. But the change management models, we have told you, change management models like Levin's model, Edgar model, and one more model was there, Potter's model. So you should refer change management model. These are the very knowledgeable and experienced persons. That's why you are studying their models today because their models are worldwide recognized. So you should refer to change management model. Did the change management model guide you through your specific change initiative? Create a change management plan and implementation strategy. Was your strategy detailed enough to serve as a helpful guide throughout the transition? You should create change management plan and implementation strategy. Whatever change management you are planning, you should implement the strategy. Every change have a different strategy. So whatever change you are bringing, you should also work on the strategy to bring that change. Only then that change can be implemented successfully. Designate change leader. बच्चों, suppose our company is bringing a change that from now we will make touch screen mobile phone. Till now, we were making the mobile phone of keypads. But nowadays, the demand of touch screen mobile phone have been increased in the market. So my company decided that from now we will make only touch screen mobile phones. Now the employees which are already working with us have the knowledge of making of only keypad mobile phone. And how can they make touch screen mobile phone? Because they do not know the technology of making touch screen mobile phone. So you should hire some leaders, some employees, some higher authorities who have worked with the companies which are making touchscreen mobile phone. From there, you will get the knowledge. They will train your employees and help them in making the mobile phone which are touch screen. They will tell them the technology. They will make them learn this technology. So you should designate some change leader. You should bring in some leader who have the knowledge and who can train, who can support your employees in bringing the change. Then implement change. Did the implementation process go as planned and stick to the timeline you established? You should check that the implementation of change has been properly went as we have planned or not, and whatever timeline we have decided, whether that implementation has been done according to that timeline. Suppose Gyangar University has given the timeline that we are going to start MBA and BBA from 2019. So that they should check that whether all the work, all the faculties have been employed who are going to give the training, who are going to teach the students for MBA and BBA, because they want to start in 2019. If the and if they see that faculties are till now not appointed, who are going to teach the students who are taking the admissions? So you should check whether the change management implementation has been done properly and within the timeline that you have established. Gather feedback. How did the people affected by the change feel about the process and was handled? You should take the feedback from your employees that whether they are able to understand this change properly or not, whether they are facing any problem. If they are facing any problem, you should try to solve them. If they have any suggestion to improve this, you should take the suggestion and work on it. So you should take the feedback from your employees. It will help you in implementing the change more effectively. Analyze progress and results. Which part of process went well and which aspect need improvement. You should check that whatever change you are bringing, which part of the change is going very good and which part of the change needs some improvement. The part which is going very good, you should not touch that part, and the part which needs improvement, you should try to work on that part and improve that part of change management so as to bring the improvement. So bachcho, this was how to improve your change management process. In this we have discussed determine the reason for change, set specific goal for change, encourage key performance indicator and milestone to monitor change, refer to change management models, then create a change management plan and implementation strategy, designate change leaders, implement change, gather feedback, and analyze progress and results. So today we have discussed two things. Thank you everyone for joining. Please take care, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye. Please everyone take care. We will see you in next class.